Good evening, friends. Welcome to this transformational venture. Today's topic is Entrepreneurial Mind Engineering. The learning objectives are twofolded: to understand the entrepreneurial mindset required, to understand the entrepreneurial key skills required. After attending this session, you shall be able to overcome the entrepreneurial crisis, all the challenges, and acquire the key entrepreneurial skills. There is a suggested reading for you. The link I will send you separately in your group. I would like to start my session today with this statement. The early stage entrepreneurship is all about taking sweet pains of a beautiful journey. Now, let us examine the issues, the points, the factors, what turns you into an entrepreneur. I find three basic factors which turns you into an entrepreneur. No, it's not technology. No, it's not business. It's your resilience. It's your ability to establish relationships between disparate areas of a project, and it's your teamwork and collaboration. Come to the first part, resilience. Entrepreneurs are constantly faced with problems. Face a problem that's both challenging to understand and solve. Therefore, to begin an experiment, the entrepreneur must first create a hypothesis. If the solution is not made, the experiment is not a failure. It's simply restarted. Keeping an open mind to constant learning will allow the growth needed to adapt and continuously take on new challenges with full of energy. There is an endless list of successful entrepreneurs who have failed, sometimes many times, before they have been successful. The second factor I would like to discuss: establishing relationships between disparate areas of a project. Entrepreneurs start with a big goal, which you have to split into smaller and more achievable parts. Entrepreneurs need the ability to connect seemingly unrelated topics to create one coherent solution. The third is teamwork and collaboration. Entrepreneurship is all about working together. Entrepreneurial success depends on its team's collaboration and mutual understanding. The greater the efficiency and effectiveness, the greater the momentum of your efforts. What do we want from an entrepreneur? There are 5 key factors: your creativity, your adaptability, your communication, your leadership, and your entrepreneurial mindset. Take the example of any commercial company. A young graduate, for the management positions, want them to be equipped with a broad set of management skills and business know-how. Entrepreneurs need professional skills and technical acumen along with their high level of innovation and skill taking ability. This is a matrix which shows that while a corporate manager requires low level of creativity and innovation, whereas an entrepreneur requires a high level of creativity and innovation, whereas the management skill and business know-how, everything should be at par. This is the framework for an entrepreneurial mind engineering. The entrepreneurial outcome which you are expecting in future is actually the sum total of entrepreneurial mindset and entrepreneurial skill sets. So these are the two factors. One is entrepreneurial mindset and the second factor is entrepreneurial skill sets. And I will discuss in my following slides the three C's of mindset: the opportunity, design, and impact relationship, and how this 3C, with help of this 3C, this mindset can be created. Now, what do you mean by entrepreneurial mindset? An entrepreneurial mindset is a collection of mental habits. These include an attractiveness toward opportunities and a focus on their impact, all with the intention of creating value. Entrepreneurial mindset equips people to identify opportunities and create value in any context. This learned behavior is the way of thinking about the world and acting upon what you see today. Entrepreneurial mindset empowers you to question, to adapt, to think differently, and to make positive changes. This can be related to entrepreneurship, but it's not exclusive to new ventures. Please note that here I wrote the creating value in bold form. There is a particular purpose of using bold form, which you will understand in my subsequent slides. Now, the three C's of entrepreneurial mindset. The entrepreneurial mindset consists of three key elements, which are curiosity, connections, and creating value. Entrepreneurially minded individuals have a constant curiosity about our changing world and employ a contrarian view of accepted solutions. They habitually connect information from many sources to gain insight and manage risk. They create value for others from unexpected opportunities as well as persist through and learn from the failure. Explore these three C's. First is explore curiosity. Understand the broader world. Look forward the future and explore multiple perspectives. Today's solutions are often obsolete tomorrow. Entrepreneurs must be empowered to investigate a rapidly changing world with an insatiable curiosity. The second factor is connections. Now let us explore connections. Think outside the box. Place all old ideas in new context. and gain the insights. Discoveries alone are not enough. Entrepreneurs must habitually pursue knowledge and integrate the knowledge with their own discoveries to reveal some innovative solutions. The third part is creating value, which is most important thing in our today's context. Now, let us explore creating value. Seek the opportunities from your environment, understand your stakeholders, have a positive impact. Innovative solutions are most meaningful when they create extraordinary value for the others. Entrepreneurs must be champions of value creation, which is very, very important in present business context all over the world. Now, this is the structure of entrepreneurial mindset. This entrepreneurial mindset should be coupled with engineered thought and action, expressed through collaboration and communication, and focused on character. Now, this entrepreneurial mindset has three elements which we have discussed: curiosity. So, demonstrate constant curiosity about our changing world, explore a contrarian view of accepted solutions, in connections, integrate information from various sources to gain the insight, assess and manage your risk, and creating value. Identify all unexpected opportunities from the environment to create extraordinary value, persist through and learn from the failure. This is the structure of engineering of the entrepreneurial mindset. You should create it. You should go through an exercise to engineer your entrepreneurial mindset. Everyone doesn't have the capacity and capability to become an entrepreneur. But if you are ready to take that challenge in your life, the biggest decision you have taken, now your job is to engineer your mindset to match with these expectations and in this framework. Now coming to the second part, entrepreneurial skill sets. So as I discussed with you, that the end result is actually the sum total of entrepreneurial skill set and entrepreneurial mindset. Mindset we have already discussed. Now let us discuss the entrepreneurial skill sets. There are three factors. One is opportunity, second is design, and third is impact. When I talk about design, this design means technology design, product design, program design, business model design, organization structure design, strategy design, everything. Now, design has three parts: impact, opportunity, and design itself. When you talk about opportunity, then you are actually examining the desirability. When you, on the other hand, when you talk about the impact of the design, you are actually examining the viability, and design itself is the feasibility. So these are the three components of your skill sets. So in the opportunity, identify the opportunity, investigate the market, create a primary business model for you, evaluate the technical feasibility, customer value, societal benefit, and the economic viability. Next, test the concepts quickly via customer engagement. Assess the policy and the regulatory issues. In design, you have to determine design requirements, perform the technical design, analyze the solutions, develop new technologies, which is optional, create a model or prototype, and validate. That is the functions. The impacts are to communicate an engineering solution in economic terms, to communicate an engineering solutions in terms of societal benefits, validate the market interest, develop partnerships and build a team, identify your supply chains, your distribution mechanism, and protect your intellectual property. So these are the three distinct aspects of entrepreneurial skill sets. Now, let us go through these 5 stages of growth and development. These 5 stages of growth and development of your business. First stage is existence, second stage is survival, third stage is success. Again, this success stage is divided in 2 sub-stages: success disengagement, success growth. Success disengagement is you are getting the success out of your business and you are disengaging from it, you are selling it off to some other company. 4 is the trade-off and 5 is the resource maturity. So these are the 5 different phases of growth and development in your project life cycle. Now this stage 1 is the existence. In this stage, the main problem of the business are obtaining customers and delivering the product or service contracted for, which you are aware of. Among the key questions are the following: can we get enough customers, deliver our products, and provide services well enough to become a viable business? Can we expand from that one key customer or pilot production process to a much broader sales base? Do we have enough money to cover the considerable cash demands of this startup phase? So these are the key questions. In the second stage is the survival stage, where the business in this stage demonstrates that it is a workable business entity. It has enough customers and satisfies them sufficiently with its product or services to keep them. The key problem thus shifts from mere existence to the relationship between revenues and expenses. The main issues at this stage are: in the short run, we can generate enough cash to break even and to cover the repair or replacement of our capital assets such as they wear out. Second is, can we at the minimum generate enough cash flow to stay in business and to finance growth to a size that is sufficiently large given our industry and market niche to earn an economic return on our assets and labor. The third stage is success. The decision facing owners at this stage is whether to exploit the organization's accomplishments and expand, or keep the company stable and profitable, providing a base for alternative owner activities. Thus, a key issue is whether to use the company as a platform for growth, a substage 3G company, or as a means of support for the owners as they completely or partially disengage from the company, making it a substage 3D company. Now coming to stage 4, which is trade-off. In this stage, the key problems are how to grow rapidly and how to finance that growth. The most important questions are in this stage are: Delegation. Can the owner delegate responsibility to others to improve the managerial effectiveness of a fast growing and increasingly complex enterprise? Further, with the action, the true delegation with controls on performance and a willingness to see mistakes made, and will be abduction, as is so often the case. Second problem is cash. Will there be enough cash to satisfy the great demands growth? And cash flow that is not eroded by inadequate expense controls or ill-advised investments brought about by owner impatience. The fifth stage is resource maturity. Stage 5 is resource maturity. The greatest concern of a company entering this stage are first, to consolidate and control the financial gains brought on by rapid growth, and second, to attain the advantages of small size, including flexibility of response and the entrepreneurial spirit. A company in stage 5 has the staff and financial resources to engage in detailed operational and strategic planning. The management is decentralized, adequately staffed and experienced, and systems are extensive and well developed. The owner and the business are quite separate, both financially and operationally. Now, company has arrived to some stability. It has the advantages of size, financial resources, and the managerial talents. If it can preserve this entrepreneurial spirit, it will be a formative force in this market. If not, it may enter a sixth stage uh, of this uh, life cycle. Now, coming to the entrepreneurial opportunity matrix, there is a close relationship between opportunity and individual needs. To be an entrepreneurial opportunity, prospect must meet two factors. One, a desirable future state of condition involving growth or at least some changes positively. And second, the individual must believe it is possible to reach that state. The relationship often identifies four groups. Relationship often identifies four groups: satisfied manager, the bureaucratic functionary, frustrated entrepreneur, and a successful entrepreneur. Now, coming to these two factors, if you ask the desired future state characterized by growth or change, and self-perceived power and ability to realize goals, in both the factors, the successful entrepreneur will give you the answer yes, which you may not find for the satisfied manager, also from the bureaucrats. Now, let us examine the opportunity stimulants. There are many companies who used to turn these opportunities into problems out of their fear of losing the strength. For the entrepreneurial mentality, on the other hand, external pressures stimulate the opportunity recognition. These pressures include rapid change in technology, consumer economics, social values, and political action and regulatory standards. Technology, which opens new doors and closes others. Advances in producing microcomputer chips helped make possible the personal computer market, but at the same time shrank the mini computer market. This development posed problems for those producers that failed to perceive the change quickly. Sorry. Consumer economics, which alters both the ability and willingness to pay for new products and services. The sharp rise in energy cost during the mid 70s made popular the Janata stoves and spawned the solar energy industry amongst others. But this same pressure set back those huge sectors of our industrial economy that thrived on the belief in cheap energy forever. The social values which define new style and standards of living. The 1980s interest in physical fitness opened up markets for special clothing, natural food, workout centers, and other businesses. Political action and regulatory standards affect the competition. Deregulation of airlines and telecommunications has sparked the opportunities for assorted new products and services, while at the same time disrupting the economies of truckers, airlines, and many concerns in the other sectors. These are the 5 key questions on creating the opportunity, which an entrepreneur tends to ask. Where is the opportunity? How do I capitalize on it? What resources do I need? How do I gain control over them? What structure is the best? Now coming to the question number 1, where is the opportunity? The first step is to identify the opportunity, which entails an external or market orientation rather than an internal or resource orientation. Entrepreneurs are not just opportunistic, they are also creative and innovative. Entrepreneurs do not necessarily want to break new ground, but also to remix old ideas to make a new application. Coming to the second question, how do I capitalize on this opportunity? The ability to identify favorable circumstances is important, but it's not enough to qualify a person as an entrepreneur. Many innovative thinkers never get anything done. Third question is, what resources do I need? Most of the risk in entrepreneurial management lies in the effort to pursue opportunity with inappropriate resources, either too few or too many. Failure in real estate investing, for example, occur when participants attempt projects larger than the resources they can manage or they can handle. Question number 5 is, how do I gain control over the opportunities? Entrepreneurs try to avoid owning equipment or hiring people because of the resource constraint, and they are often viewed as exploitive or even parasitic to others' resources. Entrepreneurs try to avoid owning equipment or hiring people because of the resource constraint, and they are often viewed as exploitive or even parasitic to others' resources. This is not bad. This trait has become valuable in today's fast changing business environment, where you can do your business, you can start your ventures with a very minimum investment depending upon the resource of others, resource which is available in your ecosystem. Fifth point is what structure is the best. In reality, the entrepreneur is not necessarily a worse manager than the administrator, but has chosen different tools in a simple format to get the task done. Now, these are the three key steps to avoid failure. One, determine its barriers to entrepreneurship. Try to find out all the risk elements and barriers to your future venture. Second step, it seeks to minimize risk to the individual for being entrepreneurial. So try to mitigate the risk. And the third is exploit any resource pool. We should have a separate session for risk management. So I am not discussing this 1 and 2. And exploiting any resource pool is very important. In most of the cases, your ecosystem, entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem, will provide you the resources. There are various grants available in this ecosystem. You should know it. You should take the help of professionals. You should take the help of the experts who are in this ecosystem to get the resources from this ecosystem to create a own resource pool. But before that, you should utilize the resource which is already available at a very cheaper cost. Now, these are the 10 commandments which I feel very important to become a successful entrepreneur. Try to understand yourself first. Entrepreneurship is the ability to create and build something from scratch. So whatever you are doing today, you are creating from the scratch. Second, collect basic minimum resources for your business from your own source and get the resources from the pool which is already available in your ecosystem. Third, explore the world which is very new to it. This world means the business world, the market, the customer's world. Fourth is use failure as a tool for learning. Take this as an experiment what scientists do in their lab. Fifth, respond to setbacks and defeats if they were temporary interruptions and rely on the resiliency to rebound and succeed. Sixth, addresses how to get the odds of success in your favor. Maybe everything is odd around you, but you have to create a strategy which will convert this odd into your favorable business condition. So that's the part of strategy building process which we will learn slowly. The seventh point is try to be effective rather than perfect. No one in this world is perfect. So it's important for you to become effective in your operation, in all the entrepreneurial activities. Eighth point is trust yourself, as no one has the perfect answer. 9. Get the facts to become a mini expert while keeping in mind that your conclusion is subjective. You will collect facts and figures and information from different sources, and you will become a mini expert on that topic. So that's your strength for the time being. 10th point is inspire others and become a role model for others. These are the 10 commandments which I suggest to all of you. Now, many times we discuss the value creation. I would suggest you to follow a value-based business model where your focus will be on creating the customer value proposition, where you have to set your target customer by applying different segmentation process, which we will learn in our marketing classes. You have to see the jobs to be done to solve an important problem or fulfill an important need for the target customers. And third, what you are going to offer them, your key offering to your customer, which will satisfy the problem or fulfill the need. This is defined not only by what is sold in the market, but also by how it is sold in the market. That's the part of customer value proposition. But this customer value proposition business model should be linked with other three aspects. One is the profit formula, because the main motto of doing a business is to earn profit. So, to any business, one of the objectives is to earn profit. So, there should be a profit formula which can cover the risk, where there should be a strong revenue model, where there should be a cost structure, a margin model, and the resource velocity. That is the profit formula. And the other aspect is the key resources required for your business. It may be people, it may be technology or product, it may be equipment, information, channel, partnerships, alliances, brand equity. All these things needed to deliver the customer value proposition profitably. The third aspect is the key processes. The key processes include process, rules, and norms. So this makes the structure of your value-based business model, which we will learn how to develop this value-based business model. Because when we will proceed further to prepare your business plans should be based on, this is my own suggestion to all of you, that it should be based on the value-based business model. In my induction session, I have emphasized on transformational entrepreneurship, where technology meets the societal impact. In this graph, the y-axis is a relatively straightforward measure of revenue, profit, market capitalization, and return on investment. The organizations that have the greatest impact have scalable business models that produce products and services millions of people are willing to pay for. And the x-axis is admittedly more subjective, where a business falls along the spectrum of long-term societal impact depends on what it is doing to solve one of the world's biggest problems. So, not only the economic impact, you should also look after the long-term societal impact, and combining these two, you can make a model for transformational entrepreneurship. This is a modified graph of socioeconomic value creation. The opportunity to reinvent society is within our power. But the future doesn't invent itself. We should encourage everyone to look within themselves and around their environment and seek out the opportunities for the transformational change. That's how your leadership quality will automatically develop. Ask yourself how you can make your startup transformational. Ask a student or a job seeker whom you know what transformational problem they can solve. Ask everyone else what transformational ideas, projects, and companies they are excited about. Create in the spirit of transformation, because it is our best hope for reviving the socio-economic progress. I would like to conclude my session with Aristotle's Catharsis theory. The term catharsis appears only once in Aristotle's Poetic and without any definite meaning or explanation. But it has still been one of the most popular and celebrated terms in the field of literacy criticism. Critics have advanced three different meanings to this term: purification, purification, or clarification. Despite differing in their interpretation of catharsis, critics have agreed upon the facts that tragedy arouses pity and fear, which lead to tragic pleasure. Aristotle's Poetic is a treatise on the art of poetry and not about the effort of poetry. Therefore, his view of catharsis is mainly intellectual and not at all didactic or theological. The clarification theory, compared to purgation and purification theories, appears to be the most acceptable one, as it offers an intellectual clarification to this theory. Why I am discussing all these things, which is not connected with you in any way? No, it's very much connected with you, because I personally believe that entrepreneurship is like a poetry. All ups and downs lead to pity and fear, which give the entrepreneur the moments of tragic pleasure every time. My friends, I would like to give the end note. Instead of freaking out about constants, embrace them, like them, and let them guide you. Constant drive, innovation, and force focus. Instead of trying to remove them, use them to your advantage. That will make your strength perfect. Thank you very much and good night to all of you.